CBD in eye health. Now, you've probably heard of CBD. We have a product that we use called CannaVision, which is a very high potency CBD that really targets the brain and the eye's visual system. I want to talk to you really quickly about what CBD actually does that is relevant to your visual health and what specific ways that it can help you. Now, the first is neuroprotection, that we know CBD is a very, very useful supplement for neuroprotection. The retina and optic nerve are central nervous system tissues, as we know, and CBD interacts with the endocannabinoid system and indirectly with glutamate, calcium channels, and the mitochondrial stress pathways. So it's very, very helpful for energy production. And this is important because the retinal ganglion cells and the nerve fibers die from excitotoxicity and oxidative stress. And CBD, specifically CannaVision, reduces the stress factors that create damage to help with survival of these cells. So really helpful for things like glaucoma, optic nerve atrophy, ischemic optic nerve atrophy, eye strokes, retinal degeneration, retinitis pigmentosa, retinal detachments, repair recovery, retinitis pigmentosa. We talked about Usher syndrome, rod cone dystrophy, Stargardt's, of course, macular degeneration, wet and dry. So it's very protective for these conditions, not necessarily regenerative. We have other tools that will help with regeneration, but it's important that you understand the distinction between protective and regenerative. In this capacity, CBD is very, very helpful as protective. The second is anti-inflammatory effect. CBD actually acts as a steroid in a way without the negative side effects, and it can down-regulate the pro-inflammatory cytokines to help inhibit the microglial, which are some cells in the eyes that can trigger during inflammation. Under chronic low-grade inflammation, this drives macular degeneration. Macular degeneration is a disease of inflammation, so the CBD, the CannaVision, is going to help slow down and dampen this inflammatory response. And retinal edema, which we talked about in another video, is very common. So things like damage after surgery or fluid, the CBD really can help with fluid buildup and things like this. So the third is antioxidant. CBD is a very, very powerful antioxidant which protects the eyes from free radicals. Also, vascular modulation. It really helps improve blood flow. So we're going to improve microcirculation, whether it's hypoxia or an ischemia or the blood vessels are just starting to break down. So there's a lot of potential for help in cases like diabetic retinopathy or ischemia, either retinal or optic nerve. Very, very important. Finally, CBD can be really helpful with pain, light sensitivity, and sensory modulation, where CBD reduces central pain signaling and light sensitivity because of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. So it could be helpful for other conditions like eye strain, light sensitivity, post-procedure discomfort if you just had an eye procedure, chronic ocular surface irritation that creates visual stress, dryness and stuff like that. So it really does help with symptom relief on that level. But again, the biggest pulls for CannaVision and CBD is really as an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, neuromodulator, and just a neuroprotector. So make sure to use CannaVision as part of your eye health regimen. Super helpful. It really helps with sleep as well. So if you're dealing with sleep and stress, it really helps regulate your biorhythms. So really important on that. Dr. Andy here. See you soon. Take care.